go.
Well, that was fun. Right, round 2 then for street races. Round 2 of 3. This time from St Croix A, as you can see from the very delicious looking poster you've got right ahead of you. Have I just turned this off? Give me a second. I appear to have turned some things off on my... who cares? Don't matter. Yeah, so this is it. Round 2 from St Croix A. So I'll have a look at the track in a moment. We're about to get underway with qualifying. I'm just waiting for the host to drop some messages in the chat and let me know what's going on. Let me grab my keyboard. I'm pressing all sorts of weird. Oh god. Yeah, I've just dropped everything. This is a good start, isn't it, Chris? Right, I need to do a little bit of a volume check and just make sure that everyone can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Seems okay there, but what we'll do, obviously we will check that when we get into the game, because the game volume is a little bit different. So this is just turn that off and then I'll give you that. So this is what we're promoting at the moment. So this actually starts very soon, I think. So this is Asylum's GT Sport event. You can win yourself £1,000. £1,000 before Christmas. That's banging, that is. Settle those winter blues. All you've really got to do is get yourself down to Race Asylum. Hand over 20 English pounds. Set yourself some lap times. Top 4 gets entered into a finale, and the winner walks out with £1,000. I definitely want to get yourselves involved in that. We will talk a little bit more about Race Asylum, probably in the breaks we get between races. It's a nice natural time to do it. For the time being, though, let's introduce you to the drivers, because I'm just getting myself out on track here. Alright, so I need to turn myself some options on, which I haven't done yet. Bear with me. There we go. Right. So I'm trusting in you guys to tell me if the volume is good, bad, or whatever. Ultimately, then, same format as last week. little short qualifying session. Quite a long lap here though at St Croix. It's not like last week where it's a minute and a bit a lap. These are 3.5 minute laps. In these cars it takes quite a while, and there's a lot of opportunity in this lap to make a mistake as well. So the qualifying session, they're gonna have the pressure on them because it's not as easy to set a proper lap time here. Then you've got 3 15-minute races. Because we have got fuel and tyre depletion on. I will just have a little bit of a peek at the race settings, because that gives you much more of a better idea. And I'll be honest, I forget them from week to week. So 2 times tyres, 1 times fuel, so not a lot. The drivers will start with half a tank's worth, which should be plenty to see them through. Any racing compound allowed, and of course the main thing with this, this is full tuning. So it's N300 cars, which anyone familiar to GT Sport basically means they're like road sports cars. So you can see here the Porsche 911, the BMW M4, Filo's got, love the livery Filo. Duco's in the M4 as well. Berserker Boy probably in the Nissan. Berserker Boy did message me after last week's race, says he's trialling cockpit view. So he will be full cockpit view. And on GT Sport, it's not really an optimised viewpoint. If you're on other sims like ACC or iRacing, you can set your field of view properly and it's a much better experience. You can't do that on GT Sport. So I have to be honest here, Berserker Boy putting himself at somewhat of a disadvantage. Smoker. No worries, mate. It's more the mix between game volume and mine, and Duco there doing a Max Verstappen. What's he doing, Duco? Is he disconnected or what? That's a tip. That's disconnected all the way over, isn't it? Yeah. Or his wheels disconnected, one or the others. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's disconnected, so he will be. He's got a bit of time to reboot and get himself back in it. So qualifying then, the drivers on their out laps at the moment, just getting the tyres in the optimum window and just getting themselves ready for the lap. So let's have a quick look through the drivers then as they're doing this. So we've got Blackie, he's in the Supra, at least for the first one. Then we've got Mart, he's in the BMW. I appreciate you guys rocking the liveries as well, do appreciate that. Berserker Boy, as we mentioned before, he's in the Nissan Fairlady Z. Then we've got Fat Pickles Bro, same as last week in the Honda NSX. Bobby in the 911, the classic 911 Turbo this time as well. Bobby always has an interesting car choice. He never goes for the conventional. If you give him a choice, he always goes for something weird. That's because Bobby is a bit weird, but we love him all the same. Then we've got the Hostess with the Mostess, Pot at Pot. I do love that livery pot. That is looking very clean. He is in the Porsche. Skip Gecko Racer there. Gecko Racer with arguably one of the sexiest liveries on the grid. He's in the Porsche as well. Then you got Noah. Noah, who commented, and I do have to apologise to you, Noah. I did see your comment, and I'll be honest, I was at work when I saw it, and I just forgot to reply. So Noah's jumped into this as a reserve, but he quite enjoyed it. Was lumbering around the back last time, but as I said last time, you know, he stuck at it, kept himself going, and he'll just build up that confidence and that sort of racecraft, so to speak, as you go along. Plus, with it being a tuning league, like if he don't know how to tune his car, then he's gonna be at a massive disadvantage as well. And then you got Venture, another RA driver. I don't know anything about him, but again, we'll find out. Porsche being a very popular choice as well. Then you got Elvio Tricks, had a fantastic time out last time, did Elvio. Going around there, fuel burning at the moment. And then McFlurry Twist. We've pretty much got a Porsche dominated round tonight. Still on their outlaps. This is how long this lap is. They are still on outlaps. We'll probably jump on board. I vaguely know the track. We will jump on board with someone for a lap of St Croix. Of course, a fictional circuit, but based in the real place, which is in France. I believe all the sort of like surrounding areas are actually real. Like it's mapped on a real place. Like the bridge they drive over is real and stuff. But Obviously the circuit, if you were to go to St Croix in France, does not exist. Is that because Bob is a bit, yeah, just a bit of an eccentric? You got this Steve, says Den and Brandon. What are their PSNs, mate? I'll follow them and make sure that they're getting coverage. Yeah, Bob is a bit of an eccentric character, isn't he? So drivers now starting hot laps. Bobby drifting his way out the last corner. Philo then still burning his fuel away. If the racing's anything like last week, it's going to be phenomenal. Last week at Tokyo, really did see some spicy action in the 3 rounds. So to give you a reminder of the format, the qualifying now will set the grid for the first race. There is then a second race, which is the grid is set by the results of the first. So if you're 7th in race 1, you start 7th in race 2, for example. And then race 3 is reverse grid. So that is the spicy one, and we saw it last week where all sorts of carnage kicked off in that one. Not dirty carnage, but carnage, because it was just all the fast guys trying to get through the pack. And Tokyo was not. This will be a bit easier, I dare say, because it's a wider track. It's easier to overtake here. Whereas Tokyo, it just wasn't, was it? Venture and the ice cream. The ice cream. Who's the ice? Oh, McFlurry Twist. Ah, got you. You know what? That took longer. That took longer to drop than it should do. I'm in the hot seat next to Mark right now. Big shout out to all the drivers. So Smoke is actually driver coaching one of the drivers tonight. So we're getting some hot laps started then. So it's Pot trying to get the slipstream at the moment off Balaki. Berserker Boy is going to be the third one to set a time. Of course, this order at the moment, you can ignore this order, to be brutally honest with you, because, well, if I'm being brutally honest, they've not set times yet, so this will all change about. Looking at Mark then, who is currently getting his legs stroked by Dark Smoker. Mark stuck my logo on his car, so I appreciate that. Currently rocking the BMW M4 as well. So he's taking a nice late apex there. I dare say he could have probably got away with being a little bit earlier on the brakes. But we're still a minute away from getting times in. This is a long lap. This is a very long lap. But Potter is doing a very good start to the race at least. Let me just grab my... there we go. Can I get set to times in? Yeah, so Potter at the moment is all purple. But it is worth mentioning its early days. So with them having fuel depletion on, as they are going around, they are burning fuel off. Obviously, as cars drive, they use fuel. But fuel in real world weighs weight. So per litre is about 1 kilo. These tanks hold 100. The race, of course, will start with 50, but the qualifying session starts with full tanks of fuel. So the drivers have to either do laps and burn it off that way, or go on a massive fuel burning spree at the start, which is what we've seen Elvio and Philo do, and get rid of the fuel before setting the lap. So Potter sets the pace then, a 3:18.5 to beat. Black is a 3:28, so an issue somewhere there for Blackie. Berserker Boy 25.1. Then you got Mark. I'm giving myself hiccups for some reason. He's on a 28.2. Gecko Race is going to be the next one to set a time, although I dare say it's not representative because he's already in the 40s. Potter has unlocked some secret sauce here, because he is on a complete different level to everybody else at the minute. 3:18, sorry, 0.5. In fact, Picklesbro has got closest. He's still 3.7 seconds away. We're going to come watch Venture set his first time. I say first time, they're going to get enough time to do another one. It's going to be a good time for Venture. It's good enough for P2, a 19.3 for Venture. Not far off. Not far off the pace at all. Noah at the moment, a 41.4 for Noah. Has beaten Gecko Race. Elvio Tricks is going to be the next one to set a time. The timing screens are telling me that Elvio has set a purple sector somewhere along the lines as well. Yes, the last 3 sectors for LVO have been purple, so the Porsche boys doing very well. The time to beat a 3:18.5, 16.6 for LVO Tricks, and he's 16. Wow, that's nearly 2 seconds quicker. That's ridiculously fast. Gecko Racer, he's on his lap now. Philo's on his lap now. Neither of those laps are representative. Mr. Ice Cream Man, this lap time will count, but dare I say he'll probably be able to shave a little bit more off what he's about to do. And then Duco has made his way back into the room as McFlurry Twist goes P8, and Duco's out there now setting his lap time. So lots to happen. Potter McPotts picked himself up a little bit of a penalty. Whether he can burn that off on the way, I'm not too sure. His sector 1 time was a 10th off the best so far. In fact, no, it was purple. I'm looking at the wrong person. But he lost time in sector 2, and that's probably where he picked up his penalty as well. But we'll see if he can go faster. P2 on the grid, not too shabby at all. But in terms of pace, quite a big field spread between the lot. We've got LVO, Potter and Venture in your top 3 at the moment, with Fat Pickles in that 4th place spot. He's done for quali. Berserker Boy 6, Blackie 7, Blackie 6, sorry. Mart 7th at the moment. He's down on his lap time. Where's Philo? Philo's going to be one to watch. What's his lap times like? 29.5, so he's 2 temps down there. 27.2, so he's 2 temps down there. So Philo at the moment is sort of forecasted to get into a decent time, but whether it'll be LVO Tricks or Potter level is yet to be seen. What's Duco up to? He's 12. Bobby's in a. There's no other way of saying this, ladies and gents. Bobby's in a Tundra. He's in a pickup truck. Whether he thinks it's dirty Raptors or not, I ain't too sure. But either way, we're going to see Mr. Bobby in a Toyota Tundra today. LVO Tricks is done for quali, Potter's done for quali, Fat Pickles Bro is done for quali, Berserker Boy, he doesn't improve that time round. Gecko Racer does though. Gecko Racer goes a 3:18.3, so he just pips Potter to the P2 spot. Trying eagerly to keep an eye on Philo, then he's just short of a minute away from the start finish line, so he's Duco. Venture's been in probably for a tyre change, so expect him to, yeah, he's jumped back up now. I have no words for Bobby. Duco got connection issues. Onion router, not even a potato. That bad, eh? Yeah, he's it's, you could just tell, mate. He was the car was there, but nobody was home. Philo's picked up a penalty. This is disastrous for Philo. It's a big one as well. So that, I mean, the way it works in quali basically is that'll get rounded up to the nearest second, I believe. So he'll just get that time added on, whatever it is, to his time. The time will probably still stand. It won't be an invalid lap. He will probably still get to have the lap count, but whether it will be any good or not, it goes for P5 for him. So it's still not a bad score for Philo, to be fair, given the fact he's had 1 crack at it. Mr. Onion Router himself, P12 at the moment, no time set of course because he disconnected early doors, but a 22.6 puts him P7, just behind Fat Pickles Bro. Shoves Berserker Boy down another position. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it then for drivers on laps. So we've got a short 15-minute race, or we've got McFlurry Twist coming round actually, but he's not going to beat his time, he's already down on it. Yeah, I think that's everyone. This is going to be interesting with what Bobby does. It's the first time I've ever commentated over someone using a bloody Toyota Tundra in an actual race, but stranger things have happened, ladies and gents. He's actually in the Tundra as well. Right, so watch out for Bobby steamrolling everyone from the back of the grid. Quite quite a good run down to turn 1 here actually in these cars. It's not the slipstream fest that it was last week, but with no traction control allowed, everyone does seem to get away well. Fat Picklesbro got quite a good start there ahead of Venture. He might actually get the jump on him there. Philo was trying to get up the backside of Pot. Everyone got away well though. It's Elvio Tricks leading us round the first corner for the first time of asking. We've got Philo going just slightly wide, gathers it up though quite nicely. And then it is Bobby trying to get on the back of Noah then. Noah will be wondering what the fucking hell is going on here. So we've got Pot and Gecko Racer going at his side for side. Pot with a nice move around the outside. Then Gecko Racer might have even been just a little bit asleep there. As Philo's now trying to capitalise on that. Venture then P5 at the moment for the Porsche driver. Still quite a compact field. There's a car off in the background. It looked like McFlurry Twist, but I might be wrong. I was wrong. It was Mart that was off there. Dark Smoker may have touched him inappropriately, and he just captures in ahead of Noah. Let's have a look on board with Mart. It looked to have had a bad run. Went in a little bit deep. He just cooked it. He just cooked those rears a little bit. It's nothing. Nothing that he specifically did wrong, just lit up the rears a little bit too early, which on these cars which don't have any traction or stability control enabled will just spin them round if there is no weight over the back wheels. So the top 4 then starting to break away a little bit. Venture just needs to be careful that he's not focusing on his review mirrors too much. That's Berserker Boy. No, he's Blackie. Just about rejoins ahead of Berserker Boy then, who's using cockpit view at the moment. Berserker Boy followed him off there. Did collect Blackie. Blackie just about manages to stay out of everyone's way. Mart like a ninja then. Oh, as I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Mart like a ninja manages to stay out of trouble, but McFlurry Twist here could pick up a position. Now Berserker Boy, who might have been slow off of that corner. Got to be honest though, this is showing a complete wealth in class at the moment though, as we've got Elvio Tricks, Potter and Gecko Racer just steaming away with it. And I apologise to Potter because I wanted to go back and review that overtake he did, but we had an accident that happened instead, and I obviously wanted to go and keep an eye on that. Bobby has gained a position or 2 actually, so in his Tundra with a 2.6 second penalty. This is what the rest of them see. Bobby in his Tundra. I don't. Yeah, I mean, Bobby's obviously got the Max Verstappen handbook here and not yielding the place. Give him DRS, but do so strategically there, Mr. Bob Bristow. And Blackie, who is ghosted, is just driving through. A nice little battle happening here between Venture and Philo. Venture's going to try it down the inside then, the nimbler Porsche. But Philo just about committed enough on the brakes. Fortunately for Philo, both touched the wall then. But Venture has successfully managed to pull away from Duco behind. These two look like they might just be working together to reel the guys ahead in. A little bit of a tap there from Venture. Didn't mean it, of course. He's actually trying to work with Philo. But just a little bit of a tap on the rear there. That's just enough to unsettle Philo going into the corner. He ran a little bit wide as a result. I think Venture and Philo's plan really here is just not let these guys at the front just get away too much. Because they are right now. They're in each other's tow, and they're giving each other slipstream, and they are just able to pull away from Philo, Venture, and now Duco, who has joined the party. Fat Picklesbro not far behind either, so he's definitely in this fight as well. Philo now. The problem that Philo's got is if Duco gets past him, Duco gets past Venture, he's not going to have anyone behind him to work with, and he's going to kind of all be on his own there. And the BMW does look to be just outgunned here by some of the Porsches. Now, Venture's not having the same look. Different cars, of course, will have different strengths. Now, I've not driven these cars enough to know what those strengths are. certainly tell you what they would be on paper, but with tuning it's quite hard to say. So you can dramatically alter how these cars act and feel with a little bit of tuning involved. Blackie obviously just choosing not to get involved in that fight with the Tundra, which he does not want to do. Pot and Gecko Racer then, are these two working together? I would suggest not, because Gecko Racer is going for that move down the inside. Gecko Racer gets that move down the inside, and up to P2 he goes. This of course is great news for Elvio, who can now just scamper off into the distance. Pretty much unchallenged. We've got Philo, Venture and Juco fighting it out. We've got Fat Picklesborough involved in this now as well. Juco just about managing to stay ahead of Pickles. But we've gone board the Honda NSX. You can just see he's in this nice little train now. Will he go for the lunge then down at the end of the bridge? He backs out of it. You could hear him, the revs drop there. He just didn't want any part of that. Nice and early back on the power then for Pickles. McFlurry Twist getting chased down a little bit now by Berserker Boy. Berserker Boy in the Nissan. 6.5 seconds or so clear of Mart, so he hasn't got anyone to worry about from behind. But Berserker now will have the South African lined up in his sight. Noah then in P11. Blackie has got ahead, although not without battle scars. Looking at the state of that car, that is battered and bruised, that Toyota Supra. And Bobby now with 5 seconds worth of penalties, pretty much no front or rear bumpers, and doing 90 miles an hour flat out in that thing. Who said balance of performance isn't working? So it's Elvio, Gecko and Potter still. Now Gecko has got past Potter. He's starting to just pull the gap a little bit. Still Philo ahead of Venture. Duco's threat of getting that P5 spot has subdued somewhat, but it's still ever present. Fat Picklesborough holding 7th at the moment. McFlurry Twist 8th, as we've just said, with Berserker in 9th. Martin 10th. Noah 11th, but he's now getting chased down by Blackie. And Bobby in P13 and last, but what else could he expect driving a Tundra? Is this on board Noah's car? Looking back at the Toyota Supra then. Somewhat battered and bruised Toyota Supra. And that is Blackie through to P11. So welcome to the leagues, Noah. Please feel free to get yourselves involved in other ones that are coming up. Got a couple of good leagues starting. There's the Infinity GT Manufacturers Series that's been announced. That starts early January. I'll speak to James Harmon about that one. If you get yourself onto MRC's page, we've got GTTCC that'll be starting as well. That's aimed at all levels. That'll be in January also at some point. Philo then. I'm just trying to cut the slipstream to Venture. I want to say Venture's car seems to have a lot more top speed. 160 mile an hour he's doing as he starts to break them for this. It's probably the fastest the cars are going at any point. He has taken a good second, a good half a second there out of Philo. And Philo potentially just able to be a little bit more stable out of corners. He pulls a little bit of that time back. And then immediately loses it again as soon as we get on the power then. Coming onto the bridge. Nice and tidy by both drivers there. You need to be really careful of that wall on the right hand side as Venture now is really in a position to get a move made here on Philo. Is he going to chuck one down the inside? I think he is with 5 minutes to go. Actually, he backs out of it. Didn't feel like he was in a good enough position. So backed out of it. So lives to fight another day. Philo with a little bit of a tap on the wall. Venture then obviously feels comfortable that Duco's not going to sling one down the inside anytime soon. Doesn't ever seem to really be worrying. Berserker Boy now is right on the back, right on the tails of McFlurry Twist. So So that gap has come down to about a second now. But that gap is increasing as we go on the straight. So McFlurry Twist car obviously is a lot better in the straight lines. Berserker Boy just able to start cutting that time away in the corners. Let's jump back to this fight. Anything going on? No, it's all relatively calmed down. LVO Tricks has got himself into the 15s now with a 3 minutes 15.5. Then he followed that up with a 15.9. Gecko Racer also got into the 15s. Potter in the 16s at the moment. But the three at the top are just they're in a class of their own, really. It's they're all Porsches. There's other Porsches in the field, and they aren't doing this sort of lap time. And it is Trix, Gecko, and Potter. Their own race, really. So I'm really tired. Long day at work, and I've just come home from a kid's birthday party. So if I'm yawning or anything, just do forgive me. It's been a long day. Right, so we've 4 minutes left to go. So that's this lap and the next one. I'm going to get enough time for 5 laps by the looks of things. And we'll start seeing potentially some moves think about getting made. McFlurry Twist and Berserker Boy's battle has simmered a little bit. Mart is getting caught then as Bobby's out. Yeah, Bobby's back in the pits, I think. Yeah, Blackie is starting to get hold of Mart a little bit. So, actually saying that, he's just made a mistake coming out of that corner, and Mart's put another couple of attempts on him. You see Mart there in the BMW, and then Blackie behind. So, 3 seconds is the gap. 2 laps is what he's got to do it in. 24.3 last time round for Blackie. 27.6 for Mart. So, Blackie's definitely got the pace to do it. It's just whether he's got the time to do it. As they were then, top 10, no changes really. Berserker Boy having another go at McFlurry Twist then, so this is where we picked them up on last time. Ooh, just a little bit deep there for Berserker Boy. It's going to cost him a tenth or two potentially. Manages to save a lot of the lap time on the exit of the corner, gets this hairpin nicely done there by Berserker Boy, perfectly on the power. Again, you come onto the bridge, this is where a lot of time is won. You really need to hook up this inside apex, but not too much. It unsettles a car like McFlurry Twist did there. Berserker Boy's immediately taking a couple of attempts out of him. This is getting close. McFlurry Twist then starting to untwist himself then as Berserker Boy puts on the pressure for that P8 spot. So we're now starting what is going to be the last lap of the race. So it's LVO Tricks, it's Gecko Racer, then it's Potter. Oh, sorry. You know what, I'm pressing buttons on my keyboard thinking it's my computer keyboard, and it isn't. I'm trying to type something in the background. I'll do that in a moment. It's a Philo then. Still ahead of Venture. Duco's dropped off. Fat Picklesbo's dropped off this a lot. So where's he made a mistake? McFlurry Twist now pulled the gap actually on Berserker Boy. The nearest battle we've got on track is Mart v Blackie. Let's have a comparison of the lap times. So Mart's a 25.9, 23.2 for Blackie. So Blackie's definitely got the pace to be high up the grid. He was just getting battered around by a Toyota Tundra early on in the lap, and obviously that's undid his ability somewhat. No hate to Bobby, of course. You can't hate Bob. You just can't do it. It's like not liking ducks. think I've found us some background music. I'll do that in a moment. What's happening here then? So let's actually just jump on board with Wallaki. The timer has elapsed. This is it. This is the last lap then. If you've got to do a move, you're going to do it now. I'm keeping an eye on the other guys in the track map. Everything seems to be okay for the time being. Blacky's just at the minute just trying to get in Mark's mirrors. It worked because Mark went deep and Blacky's up the inside. And that's about as easy as they come. And that was just Blackie putting his super in the right place at the right time. And Mark potentially just getting a little bit distracted. Who knows? But it's going to be LVO Tricks, unless he has some sort of massive chaos in these last couple of corners. With a dominant display. Fastest lap of the race as well, a 15.3 along the way. Gecko Racer P2 at the moment, with Possum at Pot in third. Philo P4 for Philo, with Venture in fifth. This is of course quite close though. Venture has reeled him in. Is this where the fact that they've been working together all this time suddenly comes undone with just 2 corners left to go? We will of course keep an eye on it, but let's go and give our plaudits, our admiration over to LVO Tricks, who finishes the race, takes the checkered flag P1, Gecko Racer P2, Potter P3. He's going to be sideways. We'll have a look in the background as well for Philo and Venture. It's just Philo just going to hold on to it at the end. There's not going to be a couple of attempts in it between these two. Another nice close battle between Philo and Venture then. Duco P6, credit to Duco, even he didn't set a quality time basically, so P6 for him. Fat Pickles both solid P7. Not a lot he could do about the guys up ahead, to be brutally honest. Flurry Twist did hold on to P8 in the end then. Berserker Boy was threatening. Berserker was a threat all throughout that race, really. Berserker then P9. Mart P10. Apparently he's been touching his leg all by himself and Smoker isn't to blame. P10 for Mart. Blackie P11. Blackie will be hoping for a better race next time out with no Tundras smashing him off the track. And then Noah in 12. So that, ladies and gents, pretty much it. Cora, Vot, FYI. I don't know what you mean, but not quite following. Confirmation of results then. LVO Tricks with the win. That's it then. That's race 1 done and dusted. So race 2 is going to be same track, probably the same cars. They can change cars if they want. Another 15 minutes, and the results are going to be. The grid is going to be the results of that race, and then stick around for after that. There is a race 3, and that's going to be reverse grid. So whatever race 2 finishes up like, it's going to be flipped upside down. That's your grid. And although I'd argue it is quite easy to overtake here. We saw plenty of space on track. it still provides an opportunity for other drivers to get involved in the action up front. And we did see that last week at Tokyo. Hopefully we get similar action here at St. Croix. Normally a couple of minutes break. Yep, host has just confirmed 5-minute break. So we'll have a bit of a time of day change. And then yeah, we'll go into it. So that's the that's that one. We're live there, yeah, we're fine. That is all good. Anyone in chat today? How are you all doing? In fact, it's a good time for this, isn't it? Good time for this. Oh, Noah's left in the background. You can't see it yet, but Noah's gone. Anyway, so we have got this entire thing done in collaboration with two fantastic racing teams. We've got Mature Racing Club and we've got Race Asylum. And our Race Asylum are more than just, well, we say both are more than just a racing club, but Race Asylum actually have an esports and VR centre in the Midlands. So if you're anywhere near sort of West Brom, Birmingham area, you can actually go and check it out yourself. They're doing this GT Sport event, 18th of December, sorry, I think it is. I can't read it, it's actually really far away and tiny on my screen, so I can't see it. But whatever it says on your screen, you'll see it better than I am. It's there. Get yourself down there, Saturday, midday. Pay yourself £20. Do some laps. It's a fantastic place. And you could be walking away with £1,000 if you are the fastest person on the day. Oh, I'm doing the wrong keyboard again. So let's get ourselves back to the track. Potter's going to smash and race too, is he? You know what? Judging by that, I can believe it. Based on what we've seen, mate, I have absolutely no reason to doubt that Potter is Potter's going to be up to it. But it's Elvio, mate. Elvio's like, I don't know, kid's another level. Yeah, you can never count out some of these guys, though, can you? You can't look at them and go, oh, he's not going to win. They're all very capable drivers. I'm just going to get up, try and turn my heating off 1 sec. My heating was on incinerate setting and I'm right next to the radiator, so it was literally burning my skin. Ooh. I need to check actually if the Race Asylum guys did give me anything to put on the stream this week. I actually didn't check. Shadow was quite good last week and dropped me some stuff to include. In fairness, doesn't appear to be anything that I can see. Yeah, nothing I can see. Who knows? He's stupid. Yeah, is he in your GR3 league, mate? The Tour GR3. Is he in that? If so, how does he get on there? Because that's similar, isn't it? It's tuning and all that stuff. Is he really quick, or is he just an absolute boss at setting a car up? Bob is here in an actual car this time. Have we got any car changes coming up? I don't think we have, you know. Noah. Oh, he's in the scowl. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. Noah's come back in Skyline, look. Is it an R34? Is it? R34. Yeah. It's a beauty. So there's Noah. Potter's still in his Porsche, I'm betting. He'll stick with the same one. No, he's gone into pits now. Tease. Sorry, I thought I muted that then, and I didn't. And I only noticed I didn't mute it because my Streamlabs thing went into the red on volume. So sorry if I've just deafened you, RIP headphone users. Right then, next race. Yep, wins. He quick. He's got to deal with Gecko and Potter in that too. Alright, so we'll know him then as well. I mean, Gecko's quick, isn't he? I've raced Gecko and Potter a lot, and they're all quick guys. Not race Philo that much, to be fair, you know. But I've commentated over a lot of his races, so I tend to know what he's like. Alright then, race 2. Another 15 minutes. So this is the grid as it was last time. So keep an eye on everyone's starts. We've not got any random Toyota Tundras. We've got all the lights. As soon as the lights go out, they go. And we are go. Reaction time's a little bit slow across the field there, but Fat Picklesbro again got a decent start. Is he already trying to get past Venture? He is trying to get past Venture, already down into T1, so that NSX making a really good start. Bobby in the background I did see was getting a good start as well. I think if Potter's going to make a big impact in this race, he's got to do it early while everyone's all bunched up. So Potter's got to make this move pretty fast. A little bit further back we've got Duco now trying to get on board with Venture. A little bit of rubbing between those guys, nothing wrong with that of course. Bobby's already up to 9th then. He's had a really good start. He's already passed a whole host of cars. A couple of cars that have gone a little bit backwards in this race so far. It's Elvio P1 at the moment. Pot is past Gecko Racer. I didn't see when that happened actually. So this is on board with Pot. Did he do the old switcheroo? That he did. Did Gecko just let him off the place though? He tried to break him, but Potter was able to keep it. So Potter then P2. Gecko third, closely followed though by Philo. Of course, these drivers have now had some practice time on the track. You got Venture in 5th, he's staying ahead of Duco. Then you got Fat Picklesbro and Bobby in the twin NSXs. Bobby with a slight run off. Fat Picklesbro just goes a little bit deep. Unfortunately for Fat Picklesbro, that's at the start of the fastest part of the circuit, so that's going to let a bunch of cars past him. In fact, I think the only car that's not going to get past him there's Noah. So Fat Picklesbro, after battling with Bobby in P8, unfortunately now down right at the back of the grid. McFlurry Twist getting bombarded there by Blackie as well. Blackie does throw one up the inside, gets on that horse. A lovely racing by McFlurry Twist actually to get it straight back again. I'm just going to see how this unfolds, but I do want to go back and have a quick look at that. Yeah, he's held it, so let's go back and have a look at from McFlurry Twist POV. So Berserker gets a little bit of a slow exit ahead, dirty tyres. So McFlurry Twist goes, yeah, gets the cutback and gets 2 in 1. That's a lovely move. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Wrong button, Chris. So Pot then 1.4 seconds behind Elvio. Pulling a second away from Gecko Racing now with Venture 4th. Philo though literally on his exhaust pipes. for P5. A little bit deep there for some of them. Philo's really pushing the boundaries. Then you've got Duco in 6th with Bobby in 7th. And McFlurry Twist 8th. We did see that fantastic overtake he did a moment ago. And Blackie's dropped another position to Mart. So is this one of your mates then, Smoker? This one of your chums that's racing? So Bobby now then, they're really putting the pressure on. Duco's getting a little bit of lag kicking in, which is just enough to put him off. Just the tiniest bit, and you can see it on my camera screen. Bobby will be getting a similar view. Just little bits of side to side glitching, and that just means you're never 100% sure where the car ahead actually is. And so we're watching, we can see Philo ahead as well, just putting the pressure on Venture. Venture's definitely a driver that can come again, he's very quick. Elvio though, 2.2 seconds ahead of Potter McPotter now. Potter who's now coming under pressure from Gecko. So the 3 Porsche boys from last time out are becoming the 3 Porsche boys from this time out. Venture's trying desperately to get back into that groove, but he's got a Philo to worry about. And when you've got a Philo to worry about, it's very hard to not worry about Philo. Because he's a fast little dude. Marty's yet, and Duco and Potter. We run this stuff. With Gecko, I don't think this isn't really an overtaking spot where Gecko is, but it is the fastest part of the circuit. Potter goes just a little bit too deep there. He might have dirty tyres. He might be able to hold it on the inside, but backs out of it. And doesn't decide to just try and throw one back down the inside. I think with dirty tyres it wouldn't have been a wise move. He's got another 10 minutes or so to try and find a gap. We've got Bobby now ahead of Duco. Not really sure what happened there. What's happening here? What are these two doing? So Bobby was getting rid of a penalty. A little bit of contact between the two. So Bobby waits. And then Duco, unfortunately, Duco did just throw that one off himself. Ultimately, but these two side by side again. It's Bobby. It's Duco. Bobby's vanished. There he is. He's back on the screen now. Duco just winning out on that one just for the time being. He could do with just escaping Bobby. You don't want Bobby breathing down your neck all race. It's not comfortable. We've got some movement up ahead. We've got Venture ahead of Philo. No, wait, no, it was the right round. Was it just one of them glitches as they go across the line? I think it was. It was indeed. It keeps doing that. It's annoying. Berserker Boy then getting chased down by Fat Picklesbro now. Fat Picklesbro's also got McFlurry Twist joining the party. We're on board with the South African now as he just tries to size up the guys ahead for a move. I'm going to watch Fat Picklesbro try and go down the inside. Plenty of racing respect given between all these guys. Berserker Boy holds the inside, gets the better run out the corner. Pickles does get the traction zone in right. McFlurry Twister's back end just steps out on him. He's very different cars these. So we've got quite a modern Nissan 370, quite a retro Honda, and then we've got an in the middle sort of Porsche somewhere along the line as well. There wasn't room at the end there for McFlurry Twist, so he's just had to back out of it against Berserker Boy. Will McFlurry Twist try and get him. He's not quite close enough yet. This again is something we might see that comes back. Oh, I was going to say it might come back to haunt us down the back straight, but McFlurry Twist might have just taken himself out of contention for that. Coming down the back straight though is Elvio Tricks. He's 3.4 seconds ahead of everybody else now. Gecko P2, Potter in P3, Venture in 4th with Philo in 5th. Then he's the first non-Porsche entry. Then you got another BMW, which is Duco, swerving all over the shop. Him and Bobby are obviously having a good laugh about this, but Bobby's inventing new track limits. Something tells me Bobby's not taking this too seriously, because I don't think he even braked for this corner. Oh wait, he did. He just overcooked it. This is Bobby down to 10th then, now down behind McFlurry Twist. He's still putting the pressure on Berserker Boy. Oh, he's not. Oh, I think he just saved that, but he's going to have lost quite a bit of time to Berserker Boy. I don't think he hit the wall, but he will need new underwear. So Potter then 3rd. A lot of these drivers are now thinking ahead to the next race, which is going to be the reverse grid. So if you're a Bobby, you're going to be starting near the front for the next one. Your NSX gets off the line really well. As Blackie's having a bit of a bad day. Blackie's out of it. Yeah, so where's Bobby? Has Bobby quit as well? We've gone from 13 drivers to... Yeah, Bobby's... Yeah, we've had two drop out in like no time at all. Anyway, we'll carry on with the people that are here. So we've got Berserker Boy in 9th, McFlurry Twist in 8th. McFlurry's got that move made. We did miss that because we were too busy focusing on what Bobby and Thingy Bob were doing. But unfortunately for Berserker Boy, he's lost that position. I do know he's driving in cockpit view, and the only one really that ever uses that car. So obviously he likes that car, but I think with this, with the way GT Sports BOP works, I will certainly say there are cars that are better. The BMW M4 and the Porsche 911 do certainly seem favourites for a reason. They occupy the top 6 positions. The NSXs do seem decent, but a handful to drive. In fact, Picklesbro certainly wringing the neck of that thing at the moment. He's doing decent lap times, but you just don't ever feel like this car's got the poise that the Porsche has. And it always looks a little bit more nervous on corner entry. He has, of course, got a decent enough gap back to McFlurry Twist, 3.7 seconds, just over 3 minutes to go. Of course, we're looking at about 5 laps for this. So the drivers will finish this lap and do one more. Noah in the pits. Is he? Yeah, he's changing tyres. I don't know why he's in the pits, but there we go. He might as well. So in the pits for Noah. But the man of the night, indeed the man of this tournament so far, has been Elvio Tricks. He's just been absolutely fantastic so far, and no one's really been on the same level as him. Gecko and Potter are close, but Elvio's just been able just to elevate himself to that next level up, really. Potter's kept Gecko honest, has to be said. The gap's 2 seconds at the moment, but it's not always been that. Venture pulling away from Velo. That gap is now 2.4 seconds. 12 seconds back to Duco. He's got Fat Pickles, bro, closing in on him. This is something that could cook off. So Pickles slightly quicker last time round. The NSX reeling in the BMW as well. So let's just watch them through. This is all about having a good chassis on the car here. And And the NSX slightly better through that sector then. Long sweeping right-hander, you need to come all the way out to the left, start turning your car in. Look for this apex. Picklesbro still reeling in that time. Look for the 100 metre board down to second. Just misses the apex there for Picklesbro, but picks up the throttle and gets the exit done nicely. Lost a little bit of time there to the BMW. Last corner then, you need to be careful not to hit the wall here on the left hand side. Look for the 100 metre board. Again down to second. Nicely hooks up the apex there. Runs about as brave as you want to on the exit. Nice exit from the corner. The BMW did pull a little bit of time back on him, but Pickles should pull that back. 20 point something that time round. Really tired. 21, yeah, so Pickles was a little bit quicker that time round as well. It's a last lap then for these boys by the time they get back round there. 15.6 for Elvio this time round, Mr. Consistent. Anything else changing in the grand scheme of things? Oh, we have Duco now under all sorts of pressure from Pickles. Can he abstain this pressure for the rest of the lap? Now, the problem that Duco is going to have is in 1, 2, 3, 4 corners time, we've got the long back straight. And he's currently giving slipstream then to Pickles, who is good in a straight line anyway. Now, the BMW seems alright in the final sector. So Pickles with a good drive out of this corner. This may not be that bad for Duco because he can just slipstream him back again. Of course, neither of these guys will want to give an inch. A little bit of contact there between the two. Pickles is going for the corner exit speed then here, whereas Duco was trying to protect that inside line. Yeah, Pickles got a really good drive out of that. And the NSX, as the BMW will go defensive, the NSX is just going to try and just outbrake him then coming down here. So he gets on the brakes a little bit earlier, tidies it up. Will he just go down the inside here? Duco defending for all his might. Pickles will have to try for the old cutback switcheroo. Duco was wise to that. Didn't let him get the speed out of the corner. Now we have ticked past the 15 minutes then. Next time we cross the line, that'll be it. So can Pickles do anything about Duco and pick up extra points for that next position up? A couple more corners to go. The BMW has seemed okay in these last couple of corners. It's the middle sector where it's really struggled against the NSX. Now we have got Elvio Tricks winning the race then, by the way. Might as well cover these guys. So Elvio Tricks by 7.5 seconds to Gecko Racer. Gecko Racer who pulled out another couple of seconds on Potter McPot. Probably because Potter keeps smashing his car up. Venture P4 then, so Porsche top 4 with Philo the first non-Porsche in 5th. And then it's can Duco hold on? Yeah, looks like he should be fine. So P6 for Duco, P7 for Fat Pickles Bro, P8 for Berserker Boy. Providing he just stays ahead of McFlurry Twist. This battle has raged on. Is this going to be Ocon v Bottas again? He's going to be close. He's going to be close. He's going to be less than a tenth in it. Berserker Boy just holds on at the flag. And McFlurry Twist then, right, half a tenth. P9, Mart P10 with Noah in 11th place. I said them. We're going to have a reverse grid now. This is where it gets interesting. So the results of that race, I'll put on your screen now actually. So this is going to be a grid in reverse then. So it's going to be LVO Tricks right at the back of the grid with Gecko Racer, Potter and Venture just ahead of him. And you got Philo, Duco. They'll be mid-pack with Fat Pickles and Berserker. Flurry, Twist and Mark will be near the front of the pack with Noah, Bobby and Blacky. Bringing up the very front of the grid for the next and final race. So if you're watching, let me know your thoughts. One more race to go after this. Next week is the final 3 races of street races. That of course coming live from the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, the fearsome green hell, all 100 plus corners of it, and that is where Potter, that is where he takes his advantage, because he knows that place like the back of his hand. Philo's pretty good there as well. Bobby's pretty good there as well. And to be fair, I'd imagine most of these guys will know Nürburgring and have some good competence there, because it's a well-driven track, especially in this game. Anyone who's anyone in the sim racing world knows the Nürburgring. Everyone has slightly different opinions on whether it's a good track for racing. You can find out yourself next week though by tuning in 8:30. This very channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and you can get notifications when we do go live next week. So I think I don't know if we're having a break. We probably don't need one, to be fair. We've had a break already. It's only a 15-minute race. It's not a long one. I do quite like this short sprint format. Yeah, right, I'm a fan of it. I think it just does generate good racing. I think the track, maybe not. Yeah, the track. It's easy to overtake. It's nice and wide, but it's yeah, it's not great, is it? Sinkhoi, what can be said? A 2-minute break. So a little break, and then we'll be straight back at it. So while we're just waiting for the breaks, waiting for the race actually, you've got people in bush. You must have, yeah, you've been dobbed in, mate. Yeah, there's lots of sim racing starting again soon. So obviously it's Christmas soon. There'll be little leagues popping off here and there, but there'll probably be nothing serious then. And then in July, I keep saying July, January, expect to see leagues popping out your ears. So it's definitely worth getting yourselves joined up to Race Asylum there over on Discord. I will, after the race is done, drop a little bit of an invite link in the video description. Get yourselves onto Mature Racing Club as well. We're over on Facebook, so you can check us out there, and you will find all the leagues that you ever need for Gran Turismo Sport. I think Race Asylum dip the toes in other sims as well. I'm not sure. They've got channels set up in the Discord. Whether they use them or not, I'm not too sure. So I ain't 100%. Oh, next week I'm having Red Bull though. Before next week, I'm just beyond tired. The good news is though, I don't think I'm working next Wednesday, so I'm actually off work. So I can like have a midday nap and be all refreshed. You know, plus points and all that. So we're ready to go in a couple of minutes. Blackie's coming in a Mustang, so he's changed his car. Right, Elvio doing some strategic weaving. Mark's involved in it. They're all just crashing, to be fair. Bobby's there in a Porsche. We've got Porsches galore on this one. Set by host. So obviously Potter's clocked the fact that some people have stayed near the back on purpose, and I think he's just fixing that. We practice start for Venture then. So this is a reverse grid, like I said. We'll see a bit more of a chaotic start than we're probably used to. It won't just be a case of Potter, Gecko and Elvio steaming away into the lead, as we've got Noah now in a TTRS who's switching it up this time. It might be good if Noah, if you're watching, just speak to us about getting some help with setups and that, dude. If you're wanting, Philo's like the most helpful dude on the planet when it comes to setup. In fact, any of these guys will help you, to be honest. And then if you want some racing next year, which is only a couple of weeks away now, then you are welcome to get involved in leagues that we'll run on the page. Goes for anyone watching as well. Get yourselves involved in what we offer. McFlurry Twister's been spied on from the bushes. Mark's putting new paintwork off his car. Here we go then. It's the final race. Reverse grid time. 15 minutes of the guys from the back trying to get to the front. To be fair, with the pace they've got, that shouldn't be a massive issue. Bobby and Blackie yet chucked to the back of the grid because they didn't finish the last race, so they probably don't qualify for getting near the front. Let's have a look at the start. How do we get on? Big opportunity for some of these then. That's that. Away we go. Everyone gets away well. I was keeping an eye on the NSX as their Fat Pickles Boy looks to have just been not cut off by Berserker Boy, but Berserker was where he wanted to be. It's McFlurry Twist leading us into turn one. Then it's Berserker Boy just getting undercut there by Fat Pickles Boy. I think Noah's just said he don't want any part of it, to be fair, as we've got loads of drivers with penalties. It's all kicking off then. Bobby on the inside. It's all go. Who've we got? Elvio Trickster P11 just getting past Noah now. Blackie down at the back. Philo, another driver with a little bit of a penalty. I wonder if they just cut that first corner, just trying to avoid contact. As Mar and Duco come to contact just ever so slightly. Bobby's having a little bit of a battle then with Gecko Racer. Gecko Racer gains a couple of positions. Now he's up to P7, but Bobby, like, literally knacks cock away from him. He's 2 positions down, so tells you just how close this is. It's Mark v Gecko Racer, then Gecko just got the inside line. It's hard to tear it away from here, but we've got Fat Pickles Boat off into the gravel. We've got McFlurry Twist leading us away from Venture, then it's Berserker Boy, then it's Duco, then a little bit of a gap back to Gecko Racer, who was getting pressured on by Bobby. Then it's Pot McPot, Philo, Elvio and Mart. And look at this just sea of cars coming down the back straight. Let's keep an eye on Berserker v Duco. Duco does have the inside line, but Berserker's going to hold it. He does. Good racing by those two, to be brutally honest. That could very easily have resulted in a massive accident. Gecko Racer going to try and throw one up the inside. Has his nose cut off by Duco. Bobby tries to go around the outside of Berserker Boy. He's relatively successful in that one. And Berserker Boy now might just hemorrhage a few positions as Gecko Racer, Potter and Elvio are right up behind him. We've got Philo there in 9th as well, with Martin 10th. Fat Pickles Bro, we're not sure what happened to Fat Pickles Bro. I'm pretty sure I do have it on my camera thing, but the problem I've got is if I replay that I could miss some action. So Ventures took the lead then ahead of McFlurry Twist. Then it's Bobby in P3. He's had a good start. Then it's Duco 4th. Gecko Racer 5th. Potter 6th. Berserker Boy just ahead of Elvio and Philo. Let's see if we can just quickly find out what happened to Pickles. So he was running 4th. Duco behind, Berserker Boy ahead. It's the corner after this one where he goes off, I think, isn't it? No, it's this one. Oh, is he just ran out of roads? It's hard to say, I don't know. It's really hard to apportion blame to Berserker Boy there, but let's see. Pot v Gecko Racer v Duco. Potter just about staying ahead on this time, but he's gone a little bit deep. He might have cut it. This might invite Duco in. Potter's going off-roading, so is Elvio, so is Berserker Boy in the background. They're all fighting for the same piece of tarmac. Gecko Racer might just try and sneak one past Duco here. Duco's wise to it, though. He blocks off the track. Maintains his P4. This is all playing well for Venture and Bobby, who are just managing just to pull away a little bit now. McFlurry Twist holding 3rd. It's good news for him that Gecko Racer, Duco, Potter and Elvio now, who's joining that fight, are all just battling over this exact same position. Let's go! Welcome D-Dot. Laura Cameron, VOT, FYI. I don't know what you mean. Sorry. I don't know whether you're a bot. It could be. You could be a bot. I've had loads of bots in my streams. I don't know why I get so many of them. My streams aren't very good. This is the battle though. Oh, is Gecko Racer and Elvio just come to blows just a little bit? Is that going to let Potter just escape away? You can see there's just a gaggle of cars behind him. These are all ridiculously fast guys. Potter then just getting slightly slower exit there than Elvio. He's going to have to show Elvio the inside. Potter's going to have to try and defend this one. Elvio's got the overspeed, has the position officially going into the corner, but Potter might just try and brake a little bit later. Duco just tries to go up the inside then of Elvio as well. Doesn't make that work, and in fact loses a position to Philo. Philo who full on sends one up the inside. Potter fortunately wasn't affected by that, and is up now to P4. Gecko Racer, the big loser there. He's now down in P8. Oh, Gecko Racer had to get on the brakes to stop himself from hitting the fence. A very, very realistic chance of him smashing the fence there. Just on board with some of these drivers, just see how they're negotiating it. Of course, Gecko now, the problem for Gecko is at the part where the BMWs aren't actually that bad. They can hold their own against the Porsche around here. The Porsche is very good in a straight line, but the BMWs around this particular section of track have always seemed just to have the slight upper hand. And Gecko's got 2 of them ahead of him right now. It's Elvio and McFlurry Twist battling away. McFlurry Twist dropped a position now to Potter McPot. Can Potter really do anything about Bobby though? We've got Duco now. With Gecko Racer still trying to get trying to resolve this little fight. This is starting to simmer down just a bit, and by simmer down I mean they're only going 3 wide into turn 1 rather than 5 deep, and Gecko Racer just ahead. Then good recovery there by Gecko Racer, does go a little bit deep again and off the road, and immediately then for Gecko Racer and does all that hard work he's just put in, and now he's got to do it all over again. Typical commentator's curse right there then, as Philo and Duco go back through. McFlurry Twist just sends it off the circuit but keeps the car pointing in the right direction, importantly. A bit of a recap then, it's Venture leading the race. He's got a 1 second lead over Bobby. Similar lap times being mapped in by these guys, and they have got a 5 second advantage over Potter. Potter now in clear air might be able to do something about these guys, but not the easiest of things to do. Then you got Elvio, who's won both the races tonight. Fastest laps along the way as well. Sorry, I did see these guys kicking off again. We've got Gecko Racer and Philo and Duco still fighting away with McFlurry Twist involved in this one as well. Little bit of contact there between McFlurry Twist and Duco. All good through there though. As McFlurry Twist just backs out completely of that one. He was no part of this between Gecko Racer and Philo. One ball with Duco's getting that little bit of lag. We noticed this last time out. So see how much more speed the Porsche's got in a straight line. He's alongside. He was nowhere near him. He's backed out of it early, of course, but yeah, Gecko Racer just immensely quick in a straight line there. But again, he's stuck behind 2 BMWs just at the part where the BMWs start to become strong. Bobby's now in the lead of the race. I apologise, Bobby, I missed that. Venture, though, he's going to try and get you back, I'm afraid. I've replay marked it just in case I can go back and have a look. Venture thinks better of it. Bobby seems to have got his silly head off. And now is actually driving fast rather than driving a Toyota Tundra sideways. There's a nice side-by-side battle between these guys coming onto the bridge that got Bobby the position. Venture with a little bit of a penalty. Just kind of gave Bobby that position, to be fair, and didn't fight it too much, but a good battle nonetheless. You got Pot McPot. LVO Tricks now battling away for P3. Now the gap between Potter and Venture has slightly reduced. It's not massively reduced though. I did see Gecko Racer move up a position again. I've replay marked it. We might be able to go back and have a look. Just check no one slammed a wall. No, we're all good. What happened here? Yeah, with Gecko on Philo. Just nice side by side. And it's Duco that goes deep. Philo and Gecko are going to get the overdrive. These guys have been fighting the entire race. This has not stopped being a battle. And this is what I quite enjoy about the reverse grid races, because it's thrown them into a situation they haven't been in all night. They are in completely uncharted territory, and I have to apologise to the rest of the field that haven't had much coverage this race, because I'll be honest, there's a couple of battles going on as Venture goes back down the inside of Bobby for the lead of the race. As Bobby down a position. Yeah, Bobby was off the circuit. Look, Bobby made a mistake, tried to cover it off. Venture was able to go the other way, fortunately, and get that position back. But Bobby just 7 tenths behind. Then you got Potter 3.5 seconds behind them, bringing an LVO Tricks along for the ride as well. If these guys do start really fighting and going at it, they'll pretty much hand Bobby the race. Bobby and Venture the opportunity to fight for that race win rather than get themselves involved in it, which is, I'm sure, their preferred strategy. You can see Venture then weaving around ahead of Bobby. No room at the end at the moment though. LVO v Potter again. Penultimate lap. All these positions are going to have to get finalised. LVO might pick up just a little bit of a track limit penalty for that. Yeah, gets a little one. Should be able to burn that away pretty quick. It was the tiniest of infringements, but even the tiniest of infringements earn you a penalty, unfortunately. Now, these guys have really just pulled away from Gecko Racer and Philo, who were... Oh, we've lost Duco somehow. What happened to him? Oh, is he disconnected again? I want to say that's a disconnect. That had disconnect written all over it for Duco, which is a shame because he was having a really... It was a fun race for him. So Bobby's got a little bit of a penalty. LVO's got rid of his. He can go on the attack now against Potter. One lap remains after this. Let's have a recap of the field. So we've got Venture currently leading the way. Bobby, a very close P2 in the Duckmobile. Potter McPot just about holding on to that third position. Man looking to change that is LVO Tricks. He might be in a position to change that now, actually. Potter's got a good drive off the corner, but LVO's getting some slipstream from Bobby. And I do just want to keep an eye on this, because Bobby's dropped a ton of time somewhere. A 22.7 that time round for Bobby. And unfortunately for Bobby, that's going to potentially put him from a solid P2, potentially a P1, down to P4 if these two get their way. I have replay marked what happened earlier. We can go back and have a look at that. Bobby is just about holding his own at the moment. He might have just slammed the wall, you know, because he was going really slow off the corner. And it's Bobby v Potter. Bobby just about holding it off there. Another 90-degree right though. Potter might get it down the inside. LVO will try and follow him. And Bobby's in the Bobby's in the grass. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happened to him there. What was this? Let's have a look. So we've got Potter on the side. Oh, there is a little bit of contact, but somewhat potentially exaggerated. I don't know whether that was netcode or what, but a little bit of contact did throw Bobby into the wall. You got Gecko Racer P4 then. Philo in 5th. Solid 5th for Philo. Fat Pickles Bro in 6th at the moment. With McFlurry Twist in 7th. Got Berserker Boy in 8th. Mart in 9th. And then Noah is in 10th position. He's just going around the first corner now. What's happened to LVO Tricks? Where's LVO gone? Did he leave? What? He's not in the lobby. Well, he's in the lobby, but he's not in the race. I couldn't possibly tell you what's happened to him. Bobby now coming under pressure from... So, some serious hand with Bobby here. He's 10 seconds off his fastest, so he's on for a 26. Yeah, Bobby lost out there to Gecko Racer. Bobby now using all sorts of different shortcuts on the track. He will get himself a track limit penalty for that, no doubt about it. There it is, 1 second confirmed. This could put Philo in a position to nab that 4th off him as well. He's not a million miles away. But coming round the final corner to gain his first victory of the series and his first victory of the evening in the reverse grid race. Give it up for Venture 26. And even though he scrapes the remainder of the paint off the left hand side of that car, coming around the final corner, He takes the win. Potter with a well-earned P2 position. Good result for Potter, we'll be happy with that. Gecko Racer continues his podium streak. P3 for him. Bobby just about holds on. Oh no, Philo got it in the end. I don't know what happened there. Fat Pickles broke 6 for him. They all love a little bit of a slide across the line. But Flurry Twist in 7th. Berserker Boy 8th. I haven't really spoke much about Berserker Boy this time around, but well done to him. He's driving in cockpit view with Mar in 9th. Go on, Mar. Oh, I think you peaked a bit too soon. And then Noah in 10th. What happened between Bobby and Philo? No, he just backs off the fight. He wants Philo to take it. Yeah, we're probably going to try and hit him just for fun. So that's it then. That's it for tonight. That last race, I'll be honest, we only had 10 finish it, which you never like to see. Yeah, you never like to see that happen. So if you've been watching, what did you think of the race? Last series of races next week for you to get your teeth into. If you want to take part, the may well be space. So get yourself on Mature Racing Club and have a look. Seems some people aren't happy after that, and I didn't really see enough to just and obviously I'm not here to I'm definitely not here to sit there and say this person, that person is to blame for anything. So that's it for tonight. I will just we'll go back to this one. See you next time, Smoker. Cheers for stopping by, mate. Appreciate it. So, for the last time tonight, I want to tell you to get yourselves down to West Bromwich. Get yourselves into Race Asylum Esports VR Centre. They've got a competition on where you can win £1,000 in December. Details on your screen. Go and check that out. Next week, what you do want to do next week is get back here because we're at the Nürburgring Nordschleife for round 3. I don't know how that's going to work in terms of timing, with it being 50. It might just be 2 laps, who knows. But yeah, anyway, Nürburgring Nordschleife, 2 laps, 3 races, same as you've seen, and that should wrap everything up for us quite nicely. And then we go off for Christmas, and we're all going to have a party at 10 Downing Street. That's it from me. Really appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate all the comments. And we'll see you all next week. Thank you, and until then, have a good week. Take it easy, and race safe.